So you're wondering what trades you're going to take next week and where you're going to go with it and what happened last week. How's it been? How have the trades been? You know, I'm going to show you today on the charts where we're going next week, and we're going to look at the indexes, we're going to look at the Forex, and we're going to look at some commodities. This is a weekly thing that we're going to do on the weekends now, unless of course you ask for something specific. I did have a guy ask for something specific, that being the Brent crude oil. So we will have a look at that today as well. This is something I've been doing for a long time, 30 years in the markets. So hopefully it helps you guys. Just bear in mind, this is not going to be a live chart. It's obviously delayed because the video is not live. It's live when I'm doing it, but it's not going to be live for you on the weekend when you see this. It's probably going to be over, but it's for the week. It's going to be on a weekly sort of scenario. So we're looking at the overall picture on these trades and where it might just go next week. That said, don't forget guys, trading is risky. Trading's a 50-50 game. 80% of traders do lose money. So if you don't like risk and you don't like losing money, you probably shouldn't be trading. And while you're here, drop down to the description, get your free Forex book. And on the blog, we've got trade of the day every single day. And it's for you. It's totally free. It's just an idea. It's not trading advice. Guys, for the members, I put a video out as often as possible on trade of the day. And we also have many more trades that we're trading through the day for you to look at. But without any further ado, let's go and have a look at what we can expect from a couple of we'll start with a couple of indexes, then we'll do a couple of Forex, and then we'll do a couple of commodities on the chart. Let's see what we can expect from next week going forward. Here we are. We're on the US 500. Well, there's been a bit of movement here. This week, or this last week, what happened was we had the expectation of the interest rate cut, and everyone traded into the market well in advance of that, expecting a serious interest rate cut, causing this long bullish move. We're on the 4-hour chart at the moment. Then we had this bearish move as we didn't get the interest rate cut. The expectation was still there that it will come next month, but I think they've run out of steam and it's going down. Now, what you have to bear in mind is while news events do move the markets, it's effectively the money flows that move the markets at the end of the day. So everything will fall back into place as per usual. What I'm looking at on the S&P 500, or the US 500 as it's called here, is a possible downward move. This arrow is wrong, shouldn't be there. I'm expecting that this will most likely continue on down to the support, which we get off the day levels, as you know, and then probably continue on up long from there. So it's probably going to drop down to around these 53.20, 53.40 levels, maybe down to the 53. Remember, round numbers do count, so 5,300 might be the spot. What you got to watch for then is, will it go through this or will it stay above? Will the support hold? Because this is now clearly broken its bullish trend and it's into a correction. So how far will the correction go? That's the question. I don't think it'll go that far. I don't think we're at the end of the world at the moment. So let's see what happens with that. Let's have a look at the DAX. The DAX, what can we call on the DAX? The DAX has been in a long bullish run. I mean, if you go to the day chart and you have a look at the DAX, it's been in a very nice bullish run, and now it's consolidated in this area. And if you look at this consolidation, it looks a lot like kind of a flag pattern. So I'd be very concerned about trading the DAX short. I'd be looking more for when this is going to go long again. That said, unless of course it crashes out of this area here and carries on down, giving you a red candle, then yes, you can go short. But if it breaks up here and gives you a green candle and breaks out of that resistance and goes up, you're going to get a serious long trade. Is it the end? Are we changing picture at the moment? Are we heading for a deep correction in the markets? Well, no one can tell you that. We can only trade support and resistance. So keep your stop losses below your supports and above your resistances, depending on whether you're going long or short, and keep it at that level. If you go back to the 4-hour on the DAX, you've clearly got a long consolidation range pattern which is developed here, and you kind of can decide whether you prefer to wait for the long trade. If it breaks through nicely and it carries on going down and this candle maybe closes, you can look at a short trade, but I'd be very careful of what I do on this particular trade at the moment. Is it a correction or isn't it is always the question. Looking at support and resistance, looks like we could be in for a bit of a change and a bit of a correction in the markets. Let's look at some Forex, Euro US dollar. How's the Euro US dollar done this particular week? We had a short trade on it, and now at the moment it has gone long again. It's coming back up to the trend resistance, and from the trend resistance there's a good chance it'll likely carry on short again. So you might want to look at that next week. This is in a bearish mode, and the only time we're going to turn bullish on the Euro US dollar is if it not only breaks this trend resistance, but also breaks its market structure around about 108.45, 108, let's say 108.50. 108.50 breaks market structure, it starts going in the other direction, then we can start looking at long trades. For the time being, I expect this will continue on short until it reaches its major support down here at the 107 level. So this you can look for shorts for now, like I say, unless of course it breaks through this trend resistance level. The Euro Great British Pound, the Euro Great British Pound is another lovely trade. Look at what's happening with the Euro Great British Pound on the 4 hour. It's breaking through the trend resistance, which is quite important. It's a very important scenario. But first, before we decide on that, let's just have a look at the day chart and see if it has actually broken through its trend resistance or if it's lying to us. Yep, that is definitely our closing price. That is definitely, it looks like it's breaking through and going higher than the last high. So there's a very good possibility that this could continue on long. But what you have to do, always remember, wait for the candles to close. I had one of you guys tell me last week that one of your biggest difficulties is preempting a trade, waiting for the candle to close. You tend to get into the trades far too early. Watch out for that. Rather wait for these candles to close, and not a tiny little one like that. Wait for something a little bit bigger, like one of these candles, or at least one of those, before you take the trade. So if that candle closes there in that spot, that's like almost a spot, man. Wait for a decent candle behind it, like something like that to close, because then you know it's definitely broken through this resistance. It's a definite long trade, and you can take this long. But yes, if it continues with this break, I'm looking at the Euro Great British Pound almost continue on a long basis. So this one looks pretty good for long. So while we're here, let's go and have a look at some commodities. Let's look at gold. How's gold this week? Gold has always been an interesting one. Tell you what, let me remove all the drawings so we can see what we've got here. And yeah, so she's been on a bullish run all the way up to the 2481, corrected down in market structure, corrected down. Didn't actually, it broke structure, but not so bad. And now it's gone long again and broken the short structure completely. So this is now effectively a very long trade. If you take it to the day, which is what we always do, remember, we always go up and we look at the day. Take it to a line chart. Let's see what we've got in the way of support. And if I look at the support, it seems to be around this level here. So that's your main support on the day. And let's look for our resistance. And wow, there's not a lot of resistance here. It seems to have broken through its last resistance, and it's sitting right at the top here. So we are looking for a trend resistance now, which I would believe would be that. Okay, so let's just use a trend resistance on this one because it keeps on going in an upward way, upward trajectory, let's say. Let's take it back to the 4 hour, and we can just have a look at what we're looking at in this scenario. How does that look? Yeah, well, I'm looking for long trades on this. What I would do right now, because this is now in a very tricky position, I might wait for it to break through this trend resistance and take my long trade from there, or I'll wait for a bit of a correction back down to this area here, which is on the 4 hour, a bit of a support, and then take the long out of there. Gold bullish, I would say watch for longs on gold. At the moment, it is not bearish, unless of course we have a market crash, and then gold does tend to be a thing to go for as well. So yeah, it's a safe haven trade. Brent crude oil is bearish, 100% bearish. Look at this, straight down. That's a trend down. There's no doubt about it. So what you're waiting for here is short trades. Wait for it to get back to the trend resistance, take the short down. The thing here, guys, is it's already going short from the trend resistance and will most likely go down to a level here. So you could probably take your short trade already. I would look for a long trade further down, much further down, probably around this level of 76.80, 76.70, maybe up to 77. You can start looking for a long trade back. But this at the moment, it's sitting at 79.62. This is a short trade. And you can take it either from trend resistance. I would actually take it right here and just stay short on this for now. I doubt very much whether this is going going to go long just yet. Oil is very cyclical. Just remember, it trades between the 65 and the 120 level on any given day. So you never actually know where it's going to land up. But as I say, at the moment, it is bearish. Live with it on that perspective. That's the trades for last week. That's how the trades went. And that's how the trades are looking for next week. I hope that helps you guys. This is just something I'm putting together on the weekends for you and to make it a little bit more fun for your trading. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to watch Monday's video, which is coming out for you. It's going to be excellent. Don't forget to watch all the videos that we've done before so that you can learn how to trade with support and resistance, manage your risk, and become a profitable trader with all the rest of us. Cheers, guys. Thanks till Monday. Ciao. Bye.